We can help it? Yes. 2 times 5, are you ready? 2 times 5?
10.
2 times 5?
10.
2 times 10? 2 times 4?
8.
2 times 4?
8.
3 times 4? Put the board there to me. 3 times 4?
And you want B. And you already have one A.
Competency that learners need to develop while they are at school from grade R to grade 12 is that it is an opportunity for them to shape a career for them, a life for them, which means in terms of the subjects that are sanctioned by our government Department of Education, be it English language, mathematics, physical science, etc. There is a curriculum designed. Learners need to understand that they have to know that curriculum really well in order to succeed in examinations. If we take Center for Development Enterprise Research, it tells you very clearly that teachers don't cover the curriculum, that teachers don't engage in sufficient practical work for the learners to understand the using and applying of mathematics, of physical science, of technology, and then at the end of it all, make informed choices about which particular career are they going to follow. What subjects must I study? Up to what level must I achieve in order to go to university, in order to go into artisans industries and banking sector, accounting sector, computer sector, technology sector. Learners need to understand that. That's a very big problem in South African schools because we have underqualified teachers. We have teachers who are not operating at a level of teacher leadership so that they can motivate our learners.
Say prove in any triangle ABC that is the case, okay? When you look here, we have angle A and angle B. We must find angle C.
All over the world, the teaching profession is such a profession that it teaches learners to critically discriminate between their own approach, their attitude, their likes and dislikes, and what's available out there when the time comes to work and earn a living. Schools should be teaching learners that. Teachers should be leading and inspiring, encouraging, motivating, guiding in such a manner that they act as a facilitator for the learners to realize their best potential possible. In South Africa, teachers don't do that, broadly speaking. Of course, there are exceptions. I'm not trying to generalize all teachers, but the results speak for themselves. If we just look at one stats, how can 600,000 learners leave school each year? And nowhere in this country is substantive data available in terms of where do those learners go? What careers do they follow? What new learning opportunities in terms of higher education and adult education do they follow? Are we tracking them? Are we keeping a national learners database? That's not available. I feel very strongly that learners in our country need to understand how to participate in their own learning life. If they begin to shape their own career, and the teachers and the district officers and organizations like us help them to construct a record of achievement which has different dimensions, their academic achievement in terms of summative tests and school tests and certificates and so on, in terms of broader life skills and aptitude and attitude, I truly believe that regardless of this huge deficit that we have, whatever the reasons for that deficit, learners will begin to shape their lives better. And we will have, as a country, we will have a stronger, better educated, learned, more career-oriented workforce. Math Center solution in terms of the struggle for learners and trying to change and adapt their lives so that they truly come into the 21st century. It is to look at developing their competencies in mathematics, science and technology, but it is much more than that. It is understanding which particular level should I be developing my competencies. Mathematics is a core subject in the curriculum. At FET level, it is compulsory. So you need to make choices. Do I do pure mathematics or do I do mathematical literacy? Now, we guide learners to scrutinize very carefully in line with their own aptitude and their own approach and attitude to life. If I do pure mathematics, where is it going to take me? And do I want to go there? If I do mathematical literacy, is it truly just a waste of time, as a lot of people are telling me? Or perhaps if I study mathematical literacy at a higher level with the support of my teachers and Math Center, maybe I can go into artisans industries and I can truly understand how do you use and apply mathematics, not just in real life. That's become a cliche. Nobody lives in real life. Everybody has to go to work. Everybody has to earn a living. And large majority of us aspire to do work in such a way that it is growth and development, it is fun, and it is earning us a salary. At least that's what we should be aspiring to. Now, at the Math Center, we teach learners how to participate in their own life with the competencies in math, science, and technology that they acquire. We produce a lot of materials because mathematics is such a subject that unless you can not only conceptualize that reality, you have to concretize. How does plane geometry behave? How do solids behave? What exactly is a straight line? Where does it begin and where does it end? How do you define a circle? Why do you define it in that way? What if you defined it in a different way? Would that really be a train smash? So one produces a lot of wonderful concrete materials that help learners to concretize mathematics and visualize it. And we go beyond that. We've developed software from grade R to grade 12, which assists learners to see really exciting images of how complicated concepts come alive. And they move all over the place, and there's motion, and there's jumping, and there's waves, and all sorts of stuff. Because later they're going to use that in science and technology. If they're constructing design of a machinery, if they're looking at some issues of financial problems in a big bank, they're going to need to see how does mathematics behave. How do things change if you change one little equation with the smallest of unit? The whole thing changes. How does that happen? Information technology helps you see that. Seeing it with good, solid software packages helps us to encourage learners to engage with the subject. Learn mathematics, science and technology, but it's really important to understand within school, in that time, in those 12 years, what am I really suited to do? If I find that I want to be a car mechanic, or I want to be a boiler maker, or I want to be an electrician, is this maths and science going to help me? So what we do is we also add entrepreneurship education to the menu of services that we offer. Because children can learn to create and develop and maintain their own business. Because by nature, let's face it, not all of us like someone else as a boss. We would prefer to be our own boss. And some other children might grow up, come up to the age of 18, 19, and really be bitten by the entrepreneurial spirit. And they want to create something of our own, a brand new design or brand new machinery and an idea within the internet using computers. Then they have to sell, market, all sorts of business plan issues, costing issues then begin to come into view. So we teach children that, and luckily within the subjects of the South African Department of Education curriculum, those subjects are available to us. Accounting, economics, mathematical literacy, economic and management sciences. We can use those subjects to get children inspired to create a new kind of career for themselves. At the beginning of the continuum are very young children. A brand new slate to be written on. What do we do in South Africa? It is the least promoted, least developed area in our country. At the Math Center, we are developing high scope techniques which get children ready for school within language, within numbers, shapes and so on. But we also want those children again to feel empowered and think things like, I am special, I am unique, I am bright and smart, I can be the best that I want to be. You inculcate that very deeply thought through ownership issues in very simple ways in the learners. Then when they become primary school and high school learners, they already know that a lot of my success is going to be up to me. Early childhood development is the terrain within which we develop cognitive skills, social skills, intellectual skills, skills to interpret the world.